What is up YouTube? It's your boy SmackNPie here. So last time we did Super Dark Deception, small news update. This time we're going to do a little bit of Chapter 5 theory-ish. But we're going to start off with this art by HDN Lanes. Fantastic art. Why am I showing you guys this art, ladies? Because it is the topic of today's video. Chapter 5 got a new OST. Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, a Chapter 5 news. What? And it is titled Reflection Time. Ladies and gentlemen, with Doghauser being this one on the freaking poster or thumbnail, if you will. Get SnakeZ app on your phone right now as we speak. A link in the description for free. Download SnakeZ using my link in the description. Yes, we're doing the segue. Shout out to Neba for sponsoring. SnakeZ is an app that you can use, create an account, play the games that you already love, that you're already good at, collect points, and then withdraw them to make money, to buy games, to get gift cards, and so much more. I've used Neba myself. Have I said this enough? Genuinely, I've used Neba way before they contacted me, and I told them that, hey, what a freaking coincidence that I already used your service before, and now this is just a perfect match. So yeah, great service, great app. It is as simple as it gets. Shout out to Neba. Download SnakeZ. Link in the description. Remember, use my link in the description. Back to the video. Today's topic is about that. It is about Doghauser and TAMMY Hauser specific. That's why I showed you guys this art, because it just makes sense for what we're about to talk about. Because Vincent Livingston tweeted prior to this Chapter 5 OST being dropping on YouTube, he said, Doghauser is a flawed human being, yet, he said, he's authentic and uncompromising to a fault, meaning he is not fake. It doesn't make him a good human being. That's my interpretation of it. It just makes him a real person, ladies and gentlemen. Now I know what y'all thinking, ladies and gentlemen. Smack, how can Vince or you say that? Look at the stuff that he's done. Understandable. No doubt he's a bad person. He's a flawed human being, you know. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that Doghauser's personality qualities, characteristics weren't inspired a little bit from games, somewhat from Silent Hill 2. I mean, come on now, you can't be saying stuff like this. I mean, when you have Doghauser saying stuff like, y'all are sucking the joy out of my life to his wife and to his daughter. Sure, James didn't have a daughter in Silent Hill 2, but he was still somewhat there mentally saying, you know, thinking to himself, I need that kind of life a young person should have, but my wife is not giving it. But here, I mean, it's flipped, but okay, I need to stop. But a conversation is to be had here, that he is an authentic but an uncompromising person to a fault. He stands his ground. He is not fake. I think it's interesting for Vince to say that, because I feel like we're gonna have a real heart-to-heart between Doghauser and TAMMY Hauser. Now let's connect this with the OST titled Reflection Time. If you listen to the Reflection Time, it gives you some chills and goosebumps in your womb. Not goosebumps, but gives you chills and that melancholy feeling of, hey, what has happened in the past happened in the past. All parties involved in that past event, traumatic event, regrets being involved. Some regret doing it, other regret being a victim of that said traumatic past event. But now we're here, right? TAMMY Hauser is here. Blue Ball is here. Doghauser is here after doing the freaking cultish black magic mumbo jumbo stuff, doing all that, being through all the hoops and nightmare portals and going through all the monster. He is here for his daughter, for his wife, for this redemption arc, for their forgiveness, to peacefully move on. Well, not peacefully move on, but, you know, to get that forgiveness, to do it right. And I feel like, to some extent, TAMMY Hauser might see all this and be like, you know what, you're showing this, you're willingly doing all of this. If you had done something, crying in front of their, you know, graves in the real world and saying, you know, I apologize, and then donating money to freaking autism charity organizations, or the organization that supports kids for autism and whatnot, kids with autism, not for autism and whatnot, I feel like that still would have put someone in the mumbo jumbo. But for him to go this far, for him to go all crazy, literally making a deal with the devil just to ensure he can properly find them and apologize, you know, ask for forgiveness and basically show that, hey, I regret doing that. My life has become worse after you two were gone. And you know what I'm trying to say here, right? So coming back to Doug being a flawed human being, yet he is not fake and authentic, meaning he will have a word heart-to-heart with probably his wife too, saying, hey, this is how I felt, and at the time, mumbo-jumbo crazy stuff. Now, would that nullify or would that justify his actions, his deeds, his unforgivable sin, quote-unquote unforgivable sin? No, it would not justify, it would not nullify. What did that poor girl Tammy suffering through, what she was suffering through already from mentally, but also seeing her parents fight every day and thinking that I'm the cause of that. Imagine you're a kid and your parents are fighting and you think you're the reason they're not happy. You're the reason they can't love each other anymore. You're the reason, like, things were great before you got here. Imagine thinking, and she's a little girl. All these thoughts would poison her mind, ladies and gentlemen. The stuff that she would be going through, ladies and gentlemen. And yet what's crazy is that she would be the first one to forgive. What? That is crazy, bro. That is some emotionally deep stuff right there. I'm trying to underplay the emotionality and I'm trying to underplay the serious tone right here, but it is actually deep. I mean, when you really sit down and think about it, it is deep. You know, pictures like this where both are shopping really puts into perspective, like we are playing a 3D Pac-Man horror game, but the story that Vince is trying to tell here is actually really sad. It is really deep and has, if, you know, he tries and writes it in a way, could have really complex layers of multiple topics that a lot of people and a lot of media don't tackle that much, especially in our indie horror section. So yeah, I've deviated a lot today, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're gonna come back to the topic because it is actually getting a little bit dark here and I'm seeing things that I shouldn't be seeing in my house. Okay, so that's that, right? Vince tweeted another thing, so we're gonna put that aside. You know, I've said this multiple times that when we get close to chapter 5, there will be some insanely serious and emotional theories coming your way involving endings and whatnot, but Vince also revealed that, quote, for those that tried Dark Deception for the first time via chapter 1, the monkey business level is getting a minor remake with new models for portions of the environment and an updated murder monkey, also higher resolution textures and new lighting. Same for Bierce's Ballroom. These updates will launch in 2024. Okay, so now I want to dedicate this portion of the video to the freaking release date, remake, and whatnot. Some of y'all might have forgot there was an Enhanced Plus edition that was announced a while ago, and we knew that Dark Deception is essentially going to Unreal Engine 5 from Unreal Engine 4, so we been expecting the remake and the Enhanced Plus edition, but we didn't know to what extent it would be, because some of y'all asked me if it would be just a simple resolution increase or it would be a full-blown remake with new models and whatnot. Well, now you got the answer. Vince is saying here, for those that try Dark Deception for the first time by chapter 1, he's most likely talking about the enhanced edition that will drop on the consoles with the new stuff, such as the archive rooms and the new stuff that are being added to the base Dark Deception game from chapters 1 to 4, not chapter 5 included. I said this in my last video, I believe, where I said new stuff will be added on the consoles because you can't get the files out. So that's what he's talking about. But we didn't know that monkey business is getting full-blown new models. Models, bro. He also said for portions of the environments and an updated murder monkey. So I'm really excited to see, because I personally think monkeys could have used, a long time ago, I thought to myself, monkeys could have used a little bit more glow up. They could stand out a little bit more in their own environment, because if you compare all the new enemies, chapters 2 to 4, and you compare the first one, they do look weak, but then, you could argue that that's the story argument of, hey, they are the weakest one because they are the most craziest one. Anyways, he also said high resolution textures, been expecting that, and new lightning, already new, Unreal Engine 5, and he also said same for Bierce's Ballroom. We know that because archive room and some other stuff are coming. Bro, we're getting some, if you can hear this, you know what the kind of weather that we have today is like this. And that shizzle is giving me chills in my mumbly jumbly wumbly tumbly. So about all this, ladies and gentlemen, in my last video I said by Halloween we'll have chapter 1 on all platform, mobile included, in chapter 2 on PC, Coma 2 DLC, and also for PlayStation 5 whatnot. I think this update, this one that I just talked about, the remake one for the consoles, I think this will be out by December. So the Halloween one, right, Halloween ones will be out, like I just mentioned in the last video. This one will be out by winter, I believe, in December, leading us into 2025. Crazy, bro, crazy weather. I'm getting scared, but leading us into 2025 for Chapter 5 release in Q1, most likely Q2, early Q2. Possible late Q1, early Q2. We're gonna have to wait and see. Remember, all of this will be on consoles, not on PC, and before Chapter 5. Okay, we got a lot of stuff to do, and wow, this has been a long recording. Anyways, 100k, come on, man. 100k is so close, yet so far. Come on, guys. What do I need to do for y'all to convert to SmackNPie? I'll see you in the next one.